Yokoso, 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 arigatou gozaimasu. I hope you are all well, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you are good, and welcome, welcome, welcome. Thanks for joining me on this episode 74 of the Stadia Monday Night Chat on what is August bank holiday here in the UK. So if you're UK based, I hope you've all had a good bank holiday weekend and you've had good rest because it's the last holiday of the summer. I'm Clive Linden, your host, of course, and I'll be taking you through all the Stadia gossip, the games, the news, the topics of the week, and all things Stadia speaking. Of course I will. As usual, ladies and gentlemen, please don't forget to hit those likes because I like it. YouTube likes it, and it helps people like you find content like this. And if you are new here, yokoso arigatou gozaimasu. Do me the honor, please hit that subscribe button, toggle that notification bell so you know when I go live with content like this. Now, ladies and gentlemen, as I said, I hope you're good. I hope you are well. Let us know what games, of course, you've been playing and all of that. In fact, before I get onto that, if you're one of the people who think you're already subscribed, but aren't, but just come here every week thinking you're subscribed, just check, yeah? Check whether or not you're subscribed. Press that button if you're not. You know, it happens. I do it. I watch videos on a regular basis of some people and then realise I'm not subscribed. Anyway, don't be one of them people. Yeah? Don't be one of them. Anyway, let's say hello to chat room, of course. Let me know what games you've been playing this week and all of that. It's always interesting to get the sort of sense of what people have been doing and playing, etc., etc. Special shout out to Michelle there, who posted Michelle Parks was first. Yeah, about 3 hours ago. Very keen. Stadia Rev, good to see you, sir. Cloud Gaming Dad, wonderful Cloud Gaming Dad, of course. Sednar, Jerome, always lovely to see you. Mastar S, hello everyone, of course. Crow Razine, Cloudbusters, Jeff, oh my goodness. Hello, Jeff, how are you? I hope you are well. I hope you are good. Lovely to see you. Andrew, love what you've done there. Andrew, lovely to see you. In lead, how are you? Four Scars has some interesting reviews of Far Cry 6 coming up. He had exclusive gameplay previews of Far Cry 6. Make sure you check out on the Four Scars gaming channel for that if you are anxious to see and get an idea of what Far Cry 6 will be like. I'll certainly be watching that. Definitely. Roger, hello, sir. Of course, Jeff's been playing the Mandalorian, Star Wars and Mandalorian. Yes, I thought I saw you playing that. Yeah, I thought you'd seen that. Oh, dear. Not falling for that one again, Lord Kenzel. Very good, sir. Very good, sir, Cloud Gaming. You can't trust Lord Kenzel. 65 hours into Immortal Phoenix Rising at the moment. Wow. Excellent work, Volvo's Redner. Hope I said that okay. Hope I said that. Anyway, that's lovely to see you all, of course. I always love to see the early birds in the chat. It's always good. In terms of what I've been playing, well, ladies and gentlemen, let's just clear the chat there. Before we sort of say what I've been playing, perhaps we should say, what have I been playing on? Obviously Stadia, but on what? Stadia what? Play on the devices you already own. Well, talking of the devices I already own, I treated myself, ladies and gentlemen. I treated myself to a brand new 48-inch LED C1, mate. Yeah, LG optimized for gaming with 4K up to 120 hertz. Gotta say, I thought that was pretty impressive, if I'm honest. Yeah, pretty impressive. That is, of course, until, ladies and gentlemen, that is, of course, as I could say, until I noticed that Project Storm was flexing an 85-inch 8K TV. Thought I was being pretty big with 48-inch. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, it's a cracking TV, I've got to say. Let me just show you some gameplay. Here we are. It looks absolutely great. Here's a bit of Doom Eternal on Stadia. And it made me realise, I tell you what, ladies and gentlemen, it made me realise, in a way, how amazing Stadia is. This is a game being played at 4K. It's upscaled, Clive, from 1800p. I think you'll find. Shut up. Yes. 4K, 60 frames per second, via the cloud. I mean, what I'm going to say, ladies and gentlemen, it just made me realise. I mean, I normally played on an old 6-year-old 4K Ultra HD Samsung, but that LG is optimised for gaming, as I said, up to 120 hertz and all that kind of stuff, and game optimisation for the screen and kind of AI that enhances the picture and all of that, especially whatever you're playing, whether you're watching movies or playing games and all of that. And of course, LG will be having their own Stadia app built on their web OS platform, which is coming later this year. In fact, when I looked at the marketing, did I highlight the marketing? No. When I looked at the marketing for the LG TV, when I was sort of researching it and sort of pondering whether I should buy it or not, on the marketing, quite large at the bottom, it says, also you can watch Twitch and play games on Stadia. So Stadia is very much part of their marketing, especially with the 2021 TVs, of which that LG is 2021 TV. And so the Stadia app will be coming to that. It'll be coming to any LG TV with, I think, web version, web OS 5.0 and upwards. So some 2020 TVs and things like that as well. And their app is due to drop towards the end of this year. So it'll be interesting to see what that is like. Of course, I generally do everything via the Google TV, Chromecast with Google TV, just because I like the user interface and everything like that. So I was playing that through the Chromecast with Google TV, of course. I just like that environment a lot better. Andrew says here, do I like what they've done with the Explore tab? Well, I've only really looked at it a little bit here and there. It's nice to have, but it just, at the moment, I'm not really, ironically, explored it that much, other than just seeing loads of people's posts, which used to get on Xbox. Used to always see people's posts and stills and captures, that they screenshots and stuff. So that kind of reminds me of that. Yeah, I did see an amazing projector on a YouTuber I watched recently. He usually does smart tech. And I was thinking that would look pretty impressive playing Stadia on that. And I think that went up to like 120 odd and something like that. Yeah, that's what we need. We need to put Project Storm in his place, coming out here, flexing his 8K 85-inch. Literally, if you watch his video, it covers his window. Doesn't need curtains. Literally, he's literally covered his window with an 85-inch screen. 85-inch screen would be the size of my wall in my front room. That's how big that is. That's crazy talk, man. Anyway, you should definitely check out Project Storm's 85-inch TV. There we go. Jeff says, can we discuss the workout equipment in the video? It is a good-looking treadmill, ladies and gentlemen, yeah. To encourage me to sort of get up from working from home and do a bit of walking, and trying to also encourage my son, who probably spends more time sitting down playing games than I do. playing games and working more than I do, put it that way. Yeah, should look good. I play, obviously, I'm doing a review, obviously, because my channel does tech reviews and stuff. And so I filmed some footage of me playing, some of the best looking games on Stadia. So obviously Doom Eternal and Division 2. And I was lucky enough because in Division 2, when I was playing it, it was raining. And it just, the reflections off the streets, the puddles, it just looked amazing. And as I said, it just made me realize how much we take Stadia for granted. This tech is incredible. And I don't mind saying it. I don't mind saying who will, anybody contradict me, they're basically wrong. You can have an opinion, but you're wrong. It is amazing tech. And when you see, when you're playing in a console-like experience, vivid pictures, as good as that, no latency, as far as you can tell, as far as a human can tell, it's mind-blowing. Absolutely mind-blowing. Stadia is doomed, says Amnar. Lovely to see Amnar, of course. Always welcome your cheekiness in the chat, sir. Always. Anyway, Stadia, wow. What can I say? A different experience almost playing it on a TV that kind of enhances the picture. I'm sure some of you know that. But the blacks are really, truly black on it, really because it's a OLED. So the blacks, the little LEDs turn off, literally. Even a potato game like PUBG, I couldn't believe. It looked so bright and vibrant. It's like playing a different game. So if you're in, looking to upgrade your TV to a sort of mid-range TV, we're talking about $1,000 odd, £1,000, something like that. Then this is the one, a bit more than 1,000. I mean, don't get me wrong, movies look incredible as well, but gaming is what I mostly do on my TV nowadays. And that's why I got a TV that was sort of enhanced for gaming. Anyway, that's enough flexing there. Shall we go and see the blog, ladies and gentlemen, get on with the news and all of that. Let's go check out this week on Stadia. Of course, as predicted last week, ladies and gentlemen, as predicted last week, it was pro game announcement time. So obviously more Watch Dogs Legions. Season Pass owners on Stadia can start playing the new Assassin's Creed crossover content. You discover Darcy, a member of the Assassin Order, available as a new playable catcher. And the Season Pass is available now. You can also play the Season Pass content with the Ubisoft Plus subscription on Stadia. Ka-ching. Also, Ubisoft's launching new free co-op mode on Stadia. Watchdog Legion of the Dead. It's great to see Ubisoft, delivering more content for Watch Dogs Legion and all of that. But of course, ladies and gentlemen, it's Pro Week as of what? Wednesday. So you got Darksiders 2, Little Big Workshop, and Wave Break. Wave Break was one of the games I wanted to play, but just couldn't really justify buying it at the time. It's been a long time since it was released originally. So I'm looking forward to actually playing a bit of Wave Break and all of that. Pretty good games, really, I think. Darksiders, Little Big Workshop, and Wave Break. Darksiders especially looks particularly good. And your last chance, of course, ladies and gentlemen, to claim Gunsport, Blue Fire, and Kronos. Blue Fire didn't last long in the old Pro library, did it? Didn't seem that long ago. There we go. Anyway, Destiny 2 showcase. Bungie revealed the Witch Queen to the world. Ooh. And announced their upcoming anniversary celebration and kicked off Season of the Lost with Destiny 2. Also, ladies and gentlemen, Destiny 2 went crossplay as well. So fill your boots. Those lobbies and everything are plenty full if you love Destiny. As I said before, it's Destiny 2. Well, any game going crossplay on Destiny is... pretty impressive. Before I get there, of course, I nearly forgot something there, ladies. Before we get there, of course, Grace at Stadia has been dishing out the community badges. Time to a bit of flex. Yeah? Have you got your community blog badges there? She's been, Grace has been dishing out the new community blog badges left, right and centre that were announced a couple of weeks ago. What's your rarest one? Let me know. What's your rarest badge? Because what it says these badges, earned by 2,978. Welcome, 81,000. That's odd. I thought there were only 5 of us. That's most weird. I thought there were only 5 of us. There's 81,000 people have gone to the blog and commented on it or, logged into it. My rarest one is 16 on getting 500 kudos. That's my rarest one, ladies and gentlemen. This one. Kudos received 500. Let me know what your rarest one is, ladies and gentlemen. But there we go. Bit of fun, though, isn't it? Talk about the gamification of the blog. You make it into a game. Completed it, mate. Got all the badges. Completed it, mate. But let me know what's the rarest one that you've got in chat in terms of the badges. Let us know. Be curious. Anyway, so as I say, crossplay finally launched on Destiny 2. So great opportunity there to fill your boots. Let's have a look. Who was talking about this? Of course, our friends at 9 to 5. Destiny 2 has full crossplay between Stadia, Xbox, PlayStation, and PC. With the launch of Season of the Lost, crossplay is now fully live as of last week, the 24th, 6 days ago. So that Tuesday, I think it was. Obviously, this is one of the premier games on Stadia, plus it's free. That's the beauty of it. And as I said, loads of times before on this show, when games go crossplay, there are more value to Stadia than any other platform, because we know, the Stadia audience is not that big. The Stadia player base is not that big. Of course, it's not that big. It's a tiny sector of the overall gaming market. So, no criticism. It's a baby, So when a game goes crossplay that's on Stadia, that's absolutely awesome and really, really a great advert for Stadia. Secondly, a game like Destiny 2, which is free to play, yeah. This is the best version of Destiny 2 for people to play, really, this is the best way to advertise or to push and showcase Stadia. You've got friends who go, well, what's this Stadia like? And you say, well, just give it a go. Play Destiny 2. And then they're going to go into the lobbies and they're going to see the lobbies are full. The big boys. Xbox. PC. I was just trying to double check. Is it PlayStation? Just checking. I can't remember if the PlayStation is part of it. I think it is now. Somebody correct me right if I'm wrong or right. But anyway, the big boys, Xbox, PC, all there. So the Crucible, the lobbies, all of that are going to be full. So what a great advert for Stadia. It being a free game on the platform that can, anybody can have a go at. Anybody with the Gmail could just have a go and jump into the lobbies. Or if they've got mates on Xbox and PC, and they haven't got a gaming PC or an Xbox or whatever, but they want to play with their mates. So it's situations like this, ladies and gentlemen, that highlight the brilliance of cloud gaming and, by default, Stadia. So good stuff, ladies and gentlemen, good stuff. In other news, Super Animal Royale finally went official. So it's been in sort of a beta form for a while. Is it? Oh, there we are. Let me just call it up. So, yeah, Super Animal Royale. Officially launched last week as part of the sort of Gamescom thing on multiple platforms. A game I've been looking forward to for a while, since I play a lot of PUBG. This is a bit PUBG. So released, sort of shadow dropped almost on multiple platforms. Sadly, ladies and gentlemen, not quite yet on Stadia. We're going to have to wait a little bit longer. But no bother really. It would have been nice if it suddenly shadow dropped on Thursday. Who's to say it was meant to? You know, maybe it was meant to. But don't worry. No biggie. Word on the street. You ain't seen me. Word on the street is we won't have long to wait for Animal Royale, Super Animal Royale to drop on Stadia. So good to know that it's out and it's coming any moment now, ladies and gentlemen. Any moment now. Let me know if you're looking forward to Super Animal Royale, because I certainly am, just to break up my tedium of playing PUBG and losing all the time and getting shot. In other news, ladies and gentlemen, there's more indication of Google's global strategy. Yes, Google's global strategy for Stadia. So remember, let's have a little recap. Remember, Stadia is still only in 22 countries, mostly centered around North America and Europe. And as we know, there is a huge untapped market, many with huge eager populations that would instantly change the game for Stadia if Stadia started rolling out in those territories. One of these is India. And talking of PUBG, we know how popular PUBG Mobile is in India. You know, I've said loads of times on here, they have tournaments. PUBG Mobile, they have over 50 million players on PUBG Mobile alone. So as it turns out, Cloudy Games spotted a job advert on LinkedIn for Google. Fair enough, ladies and gentlemen. Here, product manager, telco and enterprise edge. And if we look a bit further down into the job description, let me have a look there. If we have a look down here, so this is in this role, you will work, let me show you. No. In this role, you will work cross-functionally to guide products from conception to launch by connecting the technical and business worlds. You can break down complex problems into steps that drive product development at Google speed. Okay, and then down here, where is it? It says, where is the bit about? There is a bit, which I can't find right now, that mentions Stadia. Here we are. God, I thought it'd gone then. I thought I was dreaming it. Don't have no fear, ladies and gentlemen. Work collaboratively, he said, with cross-cloud stakeholders, including Anthos AIML, Stadia engineering and product teams, global telco solutions, global network teams, telco partnerships, networking specialists, outbound product managers, and telco customer success teams. But there is Stadia engineering and product teams. This is a job that's based in India, working with telcos, ladies and gentlemen, telcos. So what does this all mean, though? You know, what does it actually mean? That is the question, ladies and gentlemen. You know, before people just see the word India and then see some more words, and then Stadia, and then, oh, India, Stadia, and then make massive assumptions, yeah, with everyone running around, you know, saying, oh, Stadia's coming to India. It's coming. It's happening, people. It's happening. Don't panic, Mr. Mannering. Stadia's coming to India. Let's just not jump to massive assumptions. Let's analyze a bit further down. Let's go a bit deeper. You know, whoa, hold your horses. Yeah, hold your horses, Nelly. What does it actually mean? Yeah, rather than just spotting two words and putting two and two together. Stadia, India, must be coming to India, right? What does it actually mean? What is the job actually about? And how might it kind of reflect on what we think Stadia is doing? In order to understand this, we need to understand what the Google Cloud telco strategy actually is. Have no fear, ladies and gentlemen. I'll give you the detail. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I'll give you the detail. What is the Google Cloud telco strategy? Well, ladies and gentlemen, funny you should ask. So last year, Google Cloud unveils strategy for telecommunications industry, announces new solutions, customers and partners. Unveils global mobile edge cloud strategy for accelerating 5G monetization. Launches collaboration with AT&T to develop 5G edge computing solutions. Announces Anthos for telecom to deliver an open platform. And all these kind of things. Basically, what all this means is that what Google have been doing and Google Cloud have been doing is partnering with key telecommunications companies around the world to kind of bring their cloud to the different territories. And where they don't have necessarily a strong kind of standard sort of broadband and internet, so they need to work with partners in those territories and make sure that those partners can bring the Google Cloud technology and enhance it and bring it in its kind of maximum quality, as it were. And that's what this is all about. So this is a major strategy. And in order to roll out globally, especially with 5G being the main internet source for the future for many territories that don't have a big broadband infrastructure like India, India's sort of, you know, gaming and business and all of that is done because they invested heavily in 4G and, you know, 5G coming up and stuff like that, because they didn't have the broadband structure. So they went a slightly different way. And for Google to roll out into territories where they're not sort of the dominant party, they need to partner with big telecommunications companies in that to kind of effectively bring their edge nodes into those territories via these companies or via 5G and stuff. So this is very much Stadia partnering with key telecommunications companies in those territories rather than just doing it themselves. And this sort of job, by the looks of things, is how they do that. So this rollout is very much part of that, this global strategy. This is not a Stadia strategy. This is Google's global strategy, working with big telecommunications partners, in this case in India, to make and set up edge nodes and 5G and things like that, that will work effectively and bring Google Cloud Enterprise and other products like Stadia in those territories. So if anything, this underlines the fact that Google are fully invested in Stadia. And Stadia is not going away anytime soon. It is a part of one of their largest overall global strategies, as highlighted by the job. Yeah, it may not be a massive part, but it is a part. It is mentioned in there, which is significant. It's things like this where we see Stadia as one of many elements of Google's overall Google Cloud strategy that really kind of drives home that Stadia is very much part of Google's biggest business drive at the moment, which is Google Cloud. So the next time some numpty says, Stadia's dead, or it's going away, or that Google isn't really invested in Stadia, then even forgetting the massive amount they've already spent in terms of engineering and the infrastructure and setting up the infrastructure necessary to bring cloud gaming, right? Forget all that. This is the future. Here is your roadmap. Here is the biggest indicator of Stadia's future. The global gaming platform. That's the future. That's what they want to be. The global cloud gaming platform. And working with partners in the major territories on the infrastructure where Google does not have its own infrastructure to the level they want is how they do it. So, is Stadia coming to India? Probably. But for me, what's more interesting is the fact that when you look at what the job entails and you see that it is part of pushing forward Google's sort of main Google Cloud strategy, and in that strategy, Stadia plays a part. Google thought I was talking to it then. And in that strategy, Google plays a part. That to me is significant and says, Stadia is very much here and has very much got a future. Right, ladies and gentlemen, should we talk Star Wars? Should we talk Mandalorian and all that kind of thing? Why not, ladies and gentlemen? Why not? Let's just close some of these windows. Got too many windows open. Right. So, ladies and gentlemen, yes, the so-called leaked footage of the Mandalorian game. Look at it. Isn't he cute? Yeah. Oh, man. He's so cute. Anyway, so this is the leaked footage of Mandalorian being played on and Stadia. And as it turns out, ladies and gentlemen, of course, not necessarily of course, but as many people said, it was indeed not real. It was, I guess, a fake. Is what you can call it. Very well made one, to be honest. But anyway, so I noticed today, actually, Stadia Source only a few hours ago quoted 9 to 5 Google, who ran a story saying, yeah, they can confirm it's a fake. Well, the story is a bit late because the guy who posted the original video posted a video 24 hours ago explaining how he did it and how it wasn't real. So catch up 9 to 5, yeah? Bit behind the buzz there. The guy called Christopher Turner. So he released a video last night. So this is the guy that originally released the footage. And then he released this YouTube last night where he's basically explaining how he did it. He's a massive Star Wars fan, as you can tell. He's a game developer. And so he posted this video where he breaks down how he made the video or the game, how he actually made the game. It is effectively a level. He basically built a level. It took him about 4 months as a project. He's an experienced sort of game developer, but specializes in the character building side of game development and character sort of models, building the character models in games. So he saw a sort of a challenge to build the Mandalorian and stuff like that. So he goes to break down the project, how he added the Stadia blade. Is it 2.0, Clive? No, not that blade. The blade, when I mean the blade, I mean the user interface down the side. At the end of the video, the thing that got everybody in a kind of a Twitterverse going, twittering away, the Stadia user interface down the side. He explained how he did that, how he changed the name of the game at the top. He played a Stadia game. He's a massive, he does all his gaming on Stadia. He's a massive Stadia fan, he's saying. Plays all his games on Stadia. How he played a game on Stadia and then faked the name at the top. And then he changed the names in his sort of friends list because two of them was like his son and his daughter. So he just photoshopped their names and stuff. Anyway, that was the whole thing that got the Stadia community all of a buzz, ladies and gentlemen. All of a buzz. But yeah, sadly, it was a fake. Of course, the interesting thing is that the numpties at Game Rant blog, on the Game Rant blog, covered this story, you know, leaked footage of the Mandalorian game. Very exciting. Could this be a real game? Is it a fake? Looks like it's a real game. Clearly, you can see that it's coming to Xbox, as shown by the Xbox UI at the end. No. Gamer Rant blog. I think you'll find it's a Stadia user interface. Anybody can tell that. Great quality journalism there, ladies and gentlemen. You know, great quality journalism. It's like Gamer Rant almost have a blind spot. They can't see Stadia. Look, there it is. Stadia's over there. No, can't see it. Can't see it. No, look, Stadia's there. No, what's that? What? Can't hear you. Not listening. No, it's a Stadia. No. It's a blind spot and it's called Stadia for Gamer Rant. No, I can't see it. Can't see it. So, ladies and gentlemen, you know what that means for Gamer Rant, for Game Rant. Yeah. Anyway, as some people have suggested, it was, of course, a fake. But for me, it was quite interesting from a sort of psychological perspective. Let me just shut off Christopher Turner now. You spoil sport. Got all our hopes up. Boo. For me, it was quite interesting from a psychological perspective because often when we want something, you know, as you know, fans of Stadia, people who play Stadia, you know, we're desperate for games, even though we've got 200. Greedy bastards. Even we've got 200 games. We want more games because, you know, we've heard that kind of the rhetoric. Oh, Stadia's got no games. Well, it's got 200 games, mate. Stadia's got no games. So we've sort of grown up. You know, we've sort of grown through this period, these last 18 months, kind of wanting news, games, especially big games and all, you know. And often when we want something to be true, yeah, or we want something to fit our narrative, we jump at the slightest thing, you know, without giving it a thorough kick of the tires, yeah, without checking the validity, because we're so desperate for it to validate our view or opinion. So I'm sure many of us want it to be true. I would love a Mandalorian game. Of course, who wouldn't? I think it would be good. So, but this is true of positive stories and negative stories. There are plenty of people equally who jump on the slightest negative story without giving them the due diligence because it fits a certain narrative. We're both guilty of it in the positive way and in the negative way. I think you just got to get the balance right. Don't take things at face value. Do a little bit of extra research before you run down the street. Oh, it's coming. Like Chicken Litton, yeah? Especially given the level of games journalism when it comes to Stadia. Yeah, plenty of salt is needed there. A pinch of salt with everything written about Stadia. I don't think I've seen an article on Stadia that is 100% accurate. There's been a few that are 99.9%, maybe 99%, but there are plenty that fall short of that. So, you know, take any story with Stadia with a pinch of salt, good and bad, do your own research, and then make a qualified judgment on that story. Don't just believe what everybody says without checking it yourself. You know, when I do this show, I look at these stories. So, for instance, I looked at the LinkedIn thing. Everybody just, you know, Cloudy published the LinkedIn thing. Oh, look, Stadia, India, Could Stadia be rolling out to India? Good find. Well done, Cloudy. And then everybody ran with that. But there's more to it. Yeah, with a little bit of research. What is that job role? So sometimes don't take everything for granted. Try and get another source, try and back it up, do a little bit more research. However, ladies and gentlemen, do not be disappointed. Yeah, because remember, there is still a Star Wars game, ladies and gentlemen. There is still a Star Wars game coming to Stadia. Probably, more than likely, yeah? So if you remember, Ubisoft, who are besties with Stadia, we know that, mate. Yeah, Ubisoft and Stadia, sitting in a tree, Kissing, yeah, that's all I'm saying. Ubisoft, bestie of Stadia, yeah, BFF, is working on a Star Wars project, of course, and a big one. So it's just worth, I know many people are disappointed that The Mandalorian isn't coming, but it's worth reminding ourselves, ladies and gentlemen, no, wrong one. It's worth reminding ourselves, Ubisoft announces collaboration with Lucasfilm Games on a new Star Wars game. Award-winning, massive entertainment to lead development on new Star Wars, on story-driven, open-world Star Wars adventure. Think Assassin's Creed Star Wars. I think that's what they're basically saying. Yeah. Ubisoft announced it's collaborating with Lucasfilm Games on a new story-driven open-world game set in the beloved Star Wars galaxy. Massive entertainment from Malmo, Sweden, using cutting-edge technologies, including the Snowdrop engine, to deliver a groundbreaking Star Wars adventure. So we know 99.9% on the basis that 99.9% of Ubisoft games come to Stadia, then it is very, very likely a Star Wars project is coming to Stadia. And we know the Avatar project, for instance, which I think is also by Massive Games. I think it's by... Sorry. Yep. So Avatar, which we know is coming to Stadia by Massive Entertainment, published by Ubisoft. So the Star Wars game by Massive Entertainment, published by Ubisoft, is more than likely, ladies and gentlemen, more than likely, 99.9% likely, to be coming to Stadia. So you can bet your bottom dollar, mate, the Star Wars project is coming to Stadia. So, hey, yeah, no Mandalorian, but Star Wars is coming, people. Star Wars is coming. Now, there's a brand new, I don't know if any of you have got a mobile controller. Where's my one? Yeah. You may not have seen, I did a review of the GameSir controller. Remember, I do tech reviews, ladies and gentlemen, on this channel. It's not just Stadia. Remember, I did a review of this sort of Nintendo Switch style GameSir controller. USB-C. Works great with Stadia. I did a review of that. Well, there's another controller. I know there's a Razer Kishi and stuff, but I came across another controller by a Korean company. Bear in mind, gaming on the mobile is massive in Korea. And it looked pretty impressive. I'll just call it up here. So this, I think, looks pretty cool. It's, as I say, so it's got that same style, the two sort of Joy-Con type styles that go either side. I think it can also double as a controller. Can you see here? Yeah, and then you break it in half. So you effectively, it will double as a controller. And then if you want to play it on your mobile phone, you can break it in half, put the mobile phone in the middle, and then it's like a Razer Kishi type thing, like that GameSir thing. And it's by a company called Shax from Korea, and it's designed. There you are. There's a close up there to give you an idea. It's designed by an Italian, so it's an Italian design. And I actually did see on some of the marketing, even though it's in Korea, I did actually see them quoting. Oh, here we are. Much better. Yeah, let me show you some of this. Shax. There we are. Let me know what you think of it in the chat. Look, I think, as I say, you can play it connected like this. Connects to iOS, PC. So, yeah, you can connect it to the PC. Different mapping. You can see on the side, it's got different mapping. Android, PC, Apple, and then probably some other one there. Some gameplay. Slam dunk mapping. It's taken a while. But I did see on the marketing, so obviously aimed at the Android gaming market. Anyway, rest assured, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, I did see some Stadia marketing on it as well. But rest assured, ladies and gentlemen, let's go to a nice picture of it. There we are. Right. Rest assured, I've ordered it. Yeah, I've ordered it. I spotted that personally. I think it looks pretty cool, but let me know what you think in the chat. I think it looks pretty cool. Say, Italian designer. Where's the one where it's... There we are. So anyway, I've ordered it. It's available... It's available in Amazon.com. So it's available in North America on Amazon.com. It's not available on Amazon.co.uk, but I ordered it from Amazon.com and they send it to the UK. So I shall be doing a review of it, ladies and gentlemen. So check that out. I'm expecting it in the next week or so by a company called Shax, Korean company. I'm quite fascinated by these types of controllers. And it's just nice to see, you know, a different one for a change. Anyway, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Shall we go to the chat, see what guys you've been chatting? Have I missed you chatting away and all of those sort of things? Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Where's my chat? Oh. Chat seems to have disappeared, which means I haven't done something. Right. Chat. Properties. Oh, yeah. Because I'm a numpty. He's a numpty. He's a numpty. Why isn't it showing my chat? Bear with me, ladies and gentlemen, as I wonder, because that's the wrong thing, isn't it? That's chat. Properties. Well, that's very weird. It's not showing that. But never mind. Let's just have a look what chat's playing, because I can always highlight chat. There we go. We can do it that way. Much better. Right. I've just really been playing Madden NFL 22. Not a fan, is he? Hey, Lloyd, how are you, sir? Lovely to see you. Yoshida, thank you for the bacon. Had bacon this morning. Very, very nice it was. A brand called Spoilt Pig. No disrespect if you don't eat bacon, but it was nice. It was nice. It is a lovely TV. 4 stars. I'm really, really excited about it. Of course. Nice telly. Thank you. Yeah, because I'm alive, man. I'm alive. Always alive. Alive at 5 in US time, somewhere in the world. Clive is alive at 5 somewhere in the world, you know. Yeah. I know 120 hertz. I haven't got, the irony is, the only 120 hertz thing, thing that I can play is this Xbox Series S, and that's in my son's room upstairs. But I've got it for the future. Yeah. I've got it for the future. That's, for when Stadia goes 120, frames per second or whatever. I'm ready. Yeah. It's been 6 years since I've had a new telly, so thought I'd treat myself. I tried to get the kids to encourage me, but when I told them I was getting a big telly, they were saying, Dad, you don't need one. Kids these days, they just care about their screen on their phone. That's all they're like. When I was a kid or when I was younger, it was all about your big TV. What's happened to kids nowadays? I don't know. Yeah, 85-inch. Check out Project Storm's video of his 85-inch 8K TV. He plays Dirt 5 on the Xbox Series X on it. No, he doesn't. Plays Dirt 5 on his top-of-the-range gaming PC. Yes, it is, sir. It is excellent. If gaming is your thing, to be honest, movie watching. It's LG's latest brand. It's the mid-range, I would say. There's a G1, which I think is the next level up. But the C1 is around the £1,000 mark, depending what size you get. It's great. And I had a 40-inch TV before, so a 48-inch is, a nice little step up, without going overboard. But yeah, it looks great on 4K TV, definitely. Hey, Michelle, no problem. I saw you posted first. You were in a few hours ago. Oh, dear. 65-inch. Woo. Nice. Certainly does. Yeah, I think in my house, for now, 50 inch is probably about the limit. Big difference on OLED web OS app for Netflix and YouTube compared to Chromecast. One could assume that would be the... Yeah, I'm interested. I will be... It's a good point. I am curious whether obviously Stadia are working with the Stadia engineering team, the product team, engineering product team, are working with LG and their developers of the WebOS stuff. So it will be interesting to see. It'd be interesting to see that. Yeah, hopefully it takes advantage of the sort of A9 processor that the TV has in it. It already upscales the picture. That's why the gaming looks so good. Although I was playing Red Dead Redemption 2, the epilogue, today, and there was sort of a low cloud in the trees, or where the sun came through the trees, and it did have a weird effect. I'm not sure it could handle it, or it handled it, but not in a good way. It made it worse, oddly enough. But everything else was fine. Just a weird sort of dappling effect. And I think it was trying to enhance something and not doing a good job of it. But other than that, that weird little thing, it may be that level of the game. I don't know. I need to test it on another, play that level on a different, that story part on a different device. But other than that, wowzer, it looks great. Yeah, we were all trolled. What a good job he did, though, in fairness. Yay, Cult of Stadia. Lovely to see you. Lovely to see you, Michelle. Yeah, now I've not had HDR before. So that may be part, the thing is, it's always, as I say, I'm going from a 6-year-old 4K HD, Ultra HD TV with no HDR to a 48-inch with HDR and game optimization and all this kind of stuff. So it's a nice little step. There's a nice gap. It's not as though I'm renewing my TV every year, or I'm not a complete gadget fiend, or can't even afford to do that. But yeah, when I moved into this place I live now, first thing I did was bought a TV, and that was 6 years ago today. I moved here. Something like that, I think it was. 6 years ago today. Yay, Amnar. Amnar, you're the joke in a minute. You'll be the joke soon. Well, you are, effectively. Disrespect to you, sir. Hey, Geek the Sneak, lovely to see you, sir. You have an opinion, but you're wrong. Exactly. You know, you can have an opinion, but your facts are wrong. Yeah? Yeah, but everybody has a right to an opinion. Yeah, they do. Yeah, they do. The moon, they can say the moon is made of cheese. And they can hold that opinion, defend it passionately, hold it close to their heart. Factually, they are incorrect. That does not change. Yee. I've known. Yeah, Jerry, how are you, sir? Yeah, 3 months. 3 months, that's weird. Seems to be kind of standard duration. Yeah, I think different companies, obviously, they want to, you know, maximize the sales and stuff. So it's a balance, isn't it, between sort of making revenue through the Stadia Pro method and selling it, including selling on other platforms and stuff like that. So the deals probably change. I'm curious whether they'll change, you know, now the new sort of Stadia Pro deal is in place and stuff like that. Lloyd's top one. Is that your top one earned by 33? Yeah, you see. When the early doors, when they had the founders section in the Stadia community blog, I made it my mission to be the number one. You know, they have like a list of the most people who have the most comments. I sort of made it my mission to be number one. And I remember then telling Rock about it. And so he thought, right, I'm going to be number one. And so he started doing the same thing. And we had a little kind of competition for a couple of weeks where we went either side, who could be get the most kudos and comments each week. That's the gamification of the blog. I haven't done it for ages, but obviously that helped me get 500 kudos. Hey, Proto. How are you, sir? Hello, hello. Case Ball. Good to see you, sir. Word on the street should be a regular... You ain't seen me. All I would say is watch Sunny Cloud Gaming's live stream. Never. My advice to Sunny Cloud Gaming: never play poker, because you know when he's got a bit of information and he can't tell you. I can see it in your eyes, Sonny. I can see it in your eyes. I know you know. I know you know things, and you want to say it, but you can't because you're respecting the NDAs. Yeah, you're respecting the sources. But often I think, oh, okay, I'm hearing you. I'm not hearing you, but I'm hearing you. Wink, wink. Yeah. Jeff's. Yeah, you love... I seem to recall you really liking Animal Rail, Jeff. I'm sure you posted about it. India, let's go. That'd be awesome if Stadia gets launched in India, especially with PUBG. I was thinking recently, PUBG is one of the most important games on Stadia. I think people underestimate that. It's not the best game. It's always been a bit of a potato game. Played terrible on Xbox One, OG Xbox One and PlayStation. Terrible. That's why it was, you know, that was my only experience of it. That's why it was amazing to play it at 60 frames per second on, you know, albeit 1080p at 60 frames per second on Stadia was miles better than the potato 30 frames per second effort that the Xbox version of it. But it's such an important game because it's still super popular, PUBG. It's cross-play. It's one of the first cross-play along things like Division 2. So you always get a game. It's available as part of the Pro until very recently. So it was the longest running Pro game, which is why I think, in a way, Phil Harrison announced it himself on the sort of Stadia Connect thing. He announced that and the EA titles. And I think they were some of the most significant titles to come to Stadia. I think the importance of PUBG is not to be overlooked, even though it's a bit of a rubbishy game. It is really an important game for Stadia. So, yeah, and if it goes to India, it'll be interesting because, as I say, the massive streamers they have who play PUBG Mobile, I'm not sure you'll necessarily drag them for PUBG Mobile, but it might do. It might do. That's the key thing. Jeff's defending them there. They're called 9 to 5. I know, but normally they're pretty good. They tweet pretty. They tweet virtually 24/7. Yeah. Old Kyle and Ben. But I literally, it came up in my the video of Christopher Turner explaining how he did the whole Mandalorian thing and breaking it down bit by bit, how he built it all, why he built it. It just came into my YouTube algorithm, sort of, recommended YouTube channel yesterday and in the evening, and I watched it. So that's why I was just curious that, Stadia Source sort of announced it a few hours ago as like confirmed. It's definitely is a fake. Well, yeah, because the guy 24 hours ago said as much. That's all I'm saying. No criticism, just normally 9 to 5 are tweeting left, right, and centre. I don't know why he did it. I never, other than it was a challenge for himself, but I'm not sure why he kind of went down the sort of, faking leak footage, like faking an alien autopsy type approach. Why he did that. He could have just sort of said, hey, here's a project I've been working on. Wouldn't it be great if the real Mandalorian, No, he hadn't actually, Jeff. He's expecting one, but he's still not heard. As of in his video, he explains, of course, he expected it to be taken down, and how he also explained how he did the music track, and how he worked really hard to make it sound as close as the Mandalorian soundtrack, but just change it enough so it doesn't get red flagged in the automatic kind of sort of copyright system that YouTube has. Do I need to become a journalist to make stuff? Well, see, journalists are human, and they rush at the kind of wonderful story and sometimes jump at the glory of the headline by ignoring some of the boring details. Sometimes stories are really boring, or the reasons behind the stories are really boring. Yeah? But journalists don't want to print that. It's not going to get them the clicks, are they? So they have to sort of big it up, a controversy that's not really a controversy, two close people who now don't like each other, when actually they're fine together, There was this Hollywood couple who, like in the, oh God, what were their names? Anyway, in the press was saying they're having troubles and that they're separating and they're living apart. And then they posted a video of themselves driving along, taking the piss out of the newspaper articles, going, apparently we're living apart. Oh, are we? Yeah, something like that. And I just thought it was quite funny. Anybody who's ever been in a store or knows the behind the scenes of a press story, as I may have mentioned one or two times, I work in TV, and obviously there's loads of stories about, television and stuff like that, and, issues and problems, especially work at, the BBC where I work. It's always centre of attention. And it's when you are intimate with a story that gets written about, say in the Daily Mail or the Telegraph all the time, whatever it is, the Guardian, whatever it is, and you know the truth and the details, and then you realise how wrong and incorrect they are, and you go, oh my God, that is so wrong. And it's every time. Like you think, oh my God, that is so wrong. That's not what happened. That's not the truth. I know I'm doing the deal, or I did the contract. It's shocking. And then it makes you realise, well, if can't be just coincidence that they get it so wrong on everything I've ever touched. Now and then, very rare occasions it happens. That means that they must get it wrong on 99% of everything. So, and they're like proper journalists, you know, newspaper journalists and stuff like that. So, you know, yeah, that, I mean, it was hilarious, the Xbox UI at the end. They effectively, you know, last time I did an Idiot of the Week, and the guy was an idiot. The guy is an idiot. And I stand by what I said. There were 3 people who the next day on Twitter were very upset with me for having a go at somebody for saying Stadia was no good and xCloud runs much better than Stadia. Yeah, you know, in his experience, it may have. Yeah, but that's not the point. The point is, my point was that his own colleagues had, and his own blog, his own tech blog that he works for, in which he's the managing editor of, has stated that Stadia in general runs better than xCloud. I'm not saying, you know, for some people xCloud runs amazingly and that's great, but in general, even his tech blog said it, and then he says Stadia's no good, it doesn't work. xCloud is much better because it runs much better. And I called him out for an idiot for that. Not because he didn't say for him, he basically said it in the general. And clearly the general consensus is generally, not for everybody, but generally 9 times out of 10, Stadia does run better. It is the accepted sort of fact that Stadia tech in its current position is better than xCloud tech. So I called him out for an idiot being a managing editor of a blog that itself had said that Stadia tech runs better, saying that it doesn't because he played it once and it was rubbish. And therefore it's rubbish for everybody. That's what basically he was saying. And so I called him out, and 3 people were a bit upset about that. Weirdly enough, the 3 people are all on the same show. Interesting. Anyway, water under the bridge. But this guy also, I had a sense that this guy, you know, I have an instant dislike to him. You shouldn't have an instant dislike people. Give everybody the benefit of the doubt. But some people, you just think, well, you're an idiot, aren't you? And it's this same guy, completely non-gaming related, stated, I just want to say for the fact, but I think the Beatles are rubbish. And you just think, well, okay, that's your opinion. But there's part of me that's thinking, you're just being contentious, aren't you? For like attention's sake. Why tweet that out? Is it me? Am I the only one that thinks the Beatles are rubbish? That sort of tweet. And you just think, you know what? You are an idiot. Yeah, you might not like the Beatles' music, but like, why would you tweet that? It's just like you're being contentious. Look at me. I'm saying something controversial. Woo, I'm dangerous. I'm cool. I'm wicked. Woo. He's an idiot. I'm going to get a few dislikes for that. But the guy that we're talking about is an idiot. And in fact, for trying to be cool and trendy by saying the Beatles is rubbish, you get a bloody slap. Nope. Yep, don't caveat info to fit your hopes or angst. We all do it. It's human nature, isn't it? But you need to check yourself, not just on the good stories, equally on the, you know, the bad stories. We jump on the bad stories when we see a hole in them and stuff like that. Equally, we mustn't be too eager to jump on the good stories unless we've really kind of given the same due diligence that we hold up people who post negative stories about Stadia that are factually incorrect or missing key bits of information. It works both ways, and we have a duty to kind of, you know, approach all news, all reports in the same way. Yeah, KISNG. Ubisoft and Stadia, man. Star Wars and the Assassin of the Old Republic. Yes, that'd be cool. Yeah, but you know what, actually, for me, I think Ubisoft or massive entertainment are perfect for a big IP. I mean, at the end of the day, when you've got an IP, you're not necessarily expecting a gaming company to innovate too much with a big IP. You basically want to say, you know what you did with Assassin's Creed or whatever it is? Yeah, that open world with fighting and all that kind of stuff. Do that with Star Wars. You know, just make the world incredible, have all the beats, all the Star Wars beats and hints and references that we kind of love and the fandom love and all that kind of stuff. That's what you want. I'd be happy with that. I don't need lots of, amazing innovation, to be honest. Where I want to see innovation is in new games, new IP, new creations. That's where the innovations could be. But if you have a way of making things, which Ubisoft clearly do, because their games, you're quite right, sir, their games do all have a very similar feel to them. But there's something I quite like about that familiar nature to the way that Ubisoft plays. You know, whether you're playing, Ghostlands, or you're playing Far Cry 6, and you're flying a helicopter, it's the same. Or you're using, in Far Cry 6, you're telling your buddy to, your NPC to snipe that person as you do in the Wildlands type Ubisoft game and stuff like that. I quite like that. But I guess if you do play a lot of Ubisoft games, it can get a bit familiar. Randy B, how are you, sir? Marcus G9, no worries. Catch up. That's what we do, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. ARC. I thought you meant the HDMI ARC on my TV for a moment, yeah? Haven't tried it. Do you mean, yeah. At this stage, Ark Survival, which I presume you're talking about, not HDMI Arc in, which the TV has. Don't know. But it's coming, yeah? Mafia is coming. Arc is coming. They may be, well, they are delayed, but they are coming. So, they just may take long. And unfortunately, I think we're just going to have to suck it up. As I say to my kids, if they fall over or something, or they haven't got, something's not arrived for them, suck it up, baby. Yeah. We just have to accept it. Yeah. Project Storm. Always showing off, not only showing off how amazing Stadia and xCloud and stuff can look, and some games can look amazing, but also, showing stuff off on powerful PCs, 8K TVs, and all that kind of stuff. Oh, we got a software up to date today. Check yours. Is this on the Stadia Explore tab? I will, sir. I will explore it. Can we expect does that mean we get another unpacking? Thank you very much, sir. That's very kind of you. Very strange. Okay. Who was that? Who was what? The idiot? The person in the picture? The person helping me with my TV? iPlayer could be tuned to handle gaming. It's the most advanced streaming platform amongst the... Yeah, it is. It is. It was, I'm sure Netflix and stuff have kind of caught up with it, but then borrowed some of the technology. I was trying to see whether we actually, the BBC, white labeled any of that tech. But they basically made streaming, because all the other, even ITV Hub today, no disrespect to ITV Hub and stuff like that, Channel 4 on demand and that, not quite the same as iPlayer. And iPlayer are pushing it. They started showing out 4K stuff and experimented with some even more higher resolution. They're always pushing the boundaries. I know Netflix has 4K and Ultra 4K and that kind of stuff. Sounds like a paid shill. Yeah. Yo, Ron, how are you? Now we know who they were. Well, they're in. I'm not hiding. They're in the Twitter. It's just I got 3 dislikes and comments about it in Twitter. And then I realised they all on the same show. So then I thought, well, effectively, you're one person, aren't you then? So that's about 1 dislike. Fair enough. Can't please all the people all the time. In fact, if I did, I'd be worried I wasn't quite doing the job. You've got to rock the boat a little bit, haven't you? I will stick to my guns, sir. Yeah. The great thing, the irony is, Marcus, when it comes out, Ark, when it comes out, it's almost we're so hyped for its release, not the game itself, but just its release. And I think there's going to be loads of disappointed people because we're so focused on when it's coming out, not the game, just when it's coming out. That's where the hype is. Why is Riders of hyped? It's not even that good. It's just a steep game with an integrated online modus. Few people have played it over the weekend and loved it. And, you know, as I said, a game doesn't have to be innovative for me. You know, it's got elements of snowboarding games of the past, of SSX Tricky and stuff like that, but with loads of other people involved, which is the innovation bit. So, yeah, we'll see. We'll see. True, often the innovation, as we've seen in many of the wonderful curated indie games that Stadia bring to Stadia, there's amazing imagination, ideas explored, gameplay techniques, design styles, all of that. Amazing innovation in indie games, which is what that's for experimentation. The AAA companies, the AAA games are making safe bets. Go with what you know. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. That kind of approach. So, no disrespect to ITV or Channel 4, but your pants. The interesting thing is, Marcus, is that ITV and Channel 4, the quality of their TV globally is incredible, partly because of the broadcast culture that we've had in this country and the standards. So whilst it's relative, we might go, ooh, BBC's better than ITV, or Channel 4's better than ITV, or whatever, or Channel 5's not quite as good as the other. As a collective, globally, the standard is significantly up there on a global level of all the public service broadcasters. Of course, they're all public service broadcasters, ITV, Channel 4. It's not just BBC is a public service broadcast. People forget that. It's so late for Ark. Too much else has come out. Exactly. I just think it'll come out and we'll more celebrate the fact that it's just released. Yay! Right. I'm not going to play it. Yeah. Riders of the Lost Ark. Very good. Where is it? Oh. Yep. EO motto. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Oh, yeah. Indiana Jones. Yes. GTA 5 still sells in shed loads. I know, Marcus. I just wasn't going to be drawn in slagging on ITV, but obviously, I think the BBC is wonderful. Of course, I work there. Of course, I would, and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, GTA 5 is still a super popular. That's why they're doing a next gen version of it. Because there's money in that old rope, because that old rope is really popular, and it's Take-Two. And if any company knows how to sell old rope, yeah, talking of using the same engine and the same format and the same style of game, talking about rinsing games and gamers, Take-Two, mate. They make great games, but they know how to rinse a game. And GTA 5 is so super popular that you can see why not bring it up to next gen standards and release it again for PS5 and Xbox Series S. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, there we go. I think, ladies and gentlemen, I think that is what you call a show. So, on that note, I want to say, wonderful of you all to be there. Be here. Wonderful to see you all in chat. I hope you enjoyed yourself. I hope you enjoy the Stadia Pro games that come out on Wednesday. Enjoy yourself. And let's do this all again. Same time, same place, next week. Have a good one, ladies and gentlemen. Have a good one.